Hello viewers, I am Jitendra Singh and you are watching Physics and Travel. Today in this lecture, we will discuss about that how an electron revolving around a nucleus exhibits magnetic field and its strength of magnetic field, which is called the magnetic dipole moment of the atom. So let us start. The magnetic moment of an electron, which is revolving around a nucleus in an atom. So we will consider here the simplest case of hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom is the simplest case because it contains one proton in nucleus and one electron is revolving around this nucleus in its first orbit. Suppose it is revolving in anti-clockwise direction. So suppose its velocity vector v of this electron, which is negatively charged, is revolving anti-clockwise. And also the proton has the positive charge which is at the center. Okay. Now magnetic dipole moment has a formula we have to keep in mind: m equal to I into A, current and the area of the revolution. So if a current is looping an area A, its magnetic dipole moment will be I into A. I is the current. So now in this case electron is revolving anti-clockwise. So if electron is in anti-clockwise, therefore the current will be in opposite direction. So current will be clockwise, which is opposite to the direction of the electron around this nucleus. So we are here to find the area of the orbit and current of the electron. We will put these two values in this equation. So thereby we will get the magnetic dipole moment of the electron. So now if the radius of the orbit is r, then area can be easily written as pi r square. So this forms our first quantity which we can put in the equation 1. Now let us calculate current. Current has a formula of charge per unit time. So here charge is minus E on the electron and T. T is the time period. So time period can be calculated from S is equal to UT formula, from where T can be written as S upon U. Now if electron is revolving with the velocity v, then T can be written as distance of the orbit will be 2 pi r, the circumference of the orbit, and velocity is v. So T is equal to 2 pi r upon v. So this can be filled in the equation of current. So 2 pi r v will go in the numerator. So current, we are with the value of current. So putting the value in equation number 1, thereby we will get m will be equal to minus EV upon 2 pi r. This is the value of the current and the area is pi r square. So now 1 r goes off, pi goes off, and we are left with minus EV upon minus EVR upon 2. So this is our magnetic dipole moment. Now converting it into a more useful result, so we are here with m is equal to minus EVR upon 2. So I am going to multiply and divide by mass of the electron. So it can be written as ME, E in the subscript. So in the numerator, I will get minus M E E V R upon, in the denominator is 2 ME. If you see here, Then MVR. MVR is our angular momentum of the electron. So minus E 2me into vector L. So where L is me v r. This is the angular momentum of the electron. So from where it comes? So as we know, the momentum is p, and p is equal to m into v, and in circular motion angular momentum is p cross r. Magnetic dipole moment is a vector quantity because it has direction also. Its direction is along the area vector. So it is minus E 2me into vector L. So clearly the negative sign shows that the opposite nature of angular momentum as that of magnetic dipole moment, because here we are dealing with the case of electron, because electron is a negative charged particle, therefore the angular momentum is opposite to the magnetic dipole moment. If there is a positive charge circulating of which we are calculating the magnetic dipole moment, then the magnetic dipole moment as well as the angular momentum, they both will have the same direction. Now, as you are aware of the Bohr's model of atom, in Bohr's model of atom, he has given a very important postulate that angular momentum of any electron which is revolving around the nucleus has a quantized value, means it can have only specific values which will satisfy the relation n h upon 2 pi. Here n is the principal quantum number whose values can be 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, and h is the Planck's constant whose value is 6.63 into 10 raised to the power minus 34 joule seconds. Okay, you are familiar with pi, it is 3.14. So putting the value of L in our relation, we will get m vector equal to minus E upon 2me into nh upon 2 pi. So it will become minus E nh divided by 4 pi me. So if we are concerned only with the first orbit of the, you can say we are dealing with the case of hydrogen atom. So for hydrogen atom there is only one orbit and there is only one electron revolving in the first orbit. So for first orbit we have n is equal to 1. So therefore magnetic dipole moment of the first orbit of hydrogen atom will be minus E h upon 4 pi me. So this factor is very important and this factor is called Bohr magneton. Bohr magneton, and its symbol is generally written as mu b. So this is the strength of magnetic field which will be developed by the electron revolving in the first orbit of the hydrogen atom. So do not bother about the magnetic dipole moment as a new name. So it is just the strength of the magnetic field. So it is a vector quantity because the revolution of electron will determine the direction of magnetic field. So as you know, the inside of a bar magnet, the magnetic field lines are from south to north, if this is the bar magnet and here is south pole of the magnet and here is the north pole of the magnet, magnetic field lines are from south to north inside the magnet and from north to south outside the magnet. So whenever you encounter the case of a charge revolving around any positive charge, like in the case of atom, so always consider the direction as inside of the magnet. So means if the electron is revolving anti-clockwise, so anti-clockwise means the magnetic field will be from downwards to upward, means from bottom to upwards direction. So you can also find the direction of the magnetic field using right hand thumb rule. The curling of fingers will tell you the direction of current and the thumb will tell you the direction of magnetic dipole moment. So this is how we can find the magnetic dipole moment of the electron. So now let us calculate the value of Bohr magneton. So as we are aware that the charge of the electron is, so if we leave the negative sign just for the calculation purposes, because negative sign just tells the direction of the magnetic dipole moment. So charge on an electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. Planck's constant is 6.63 into 10 raised to the power minus 34 joule second, divided by 4 times pi is 3.14 times mass of the electron is 9.11 into 10 raised to the power minus 31 kilogram. So solving this, we can solve this numbers separately and 10 raised to the powers separately. So but what we will get is 9.27. So it is 9.27 into 10 raised to the power minus 24. And what will be the units? You can check from here also, coulomb, joule second, and here is kilogram. So it will be combined to write as ampere meter square. So this will be the magnetic dipole moment of the electron, which is revolving around its nucleus in the first orbit of hydrogen atom. Thereby we can conclude that whenever electron is revolving inside the nucleus, so it exhibit orbital magnetic moment. So as electron is revolving around the nucleus in a way, our moon is orbiting our earth, or you can say the earth is orbiting the sun. So they are also spinning around their axis. Electron and other particles which are revolving, so those also have spin moment. So likewise orbital magnetic moment, electrons also has spin magnetic. Both constitute the magnetic properties of materials. So these are the factors which are responsible for magnetic properties, of materials, like of, as we know, for ferromagnetics they are strong magnets, and some we have other type of as diamagnetics and paramagnetic materials. Those all properties are due to the orbital magnetic moment and spin magnetic moment of the electrons which are revolving inside the atoms of those materials. So I think everything which we have studied here, it is clear to you. So thank you very much for attending this lecture. Have a nice day.